What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Alexander here, back with some more Assassin's Creed 4. Oop, I didn't turn on my mic, did I? Nope. I did notice we have some messages. Let's see what we got. Millennium, our new communicators are key to success here. These aren't new. These are new. Hey, buddy, pal, what's that they've got you're researching over there? Hush, hush, top secret. Good for you. You Abstergo protege, you. At least that they trust someone. Glad it's you. Wasn't he the one being a dick? No, security warning. Due to the recent data leak, new security measure will be instated. Please remember to follow all guidelines concerning your communicator, cubicle, and as always, honor and respect your NDA. Attention, throughout the week, window cleaners will be active outside the building on all floors. Please take extra care to maintain the confidentiality of your research and report any anomalous behavior to security arm manager. A number of colleagues have recently accepted voluntary separation packages or transfers to other subsidiaries of Abstergo Industries. Please wish a warm goodbye to Sarah Young, Scout Smester, and Chloe Leslie. Bon voyage. Ever notice the weird vibe in this place? I'm serious, it's not all sushi and lattes. I think we had to leave our old office because it was haunted. No, seriously though, why does a company that's only 2 years old have the resources for an office this size? Not to mention the aquarium elevator. That's some sensible spending right there. Yeah, sensible spending. I was just out for a walk around the atrium, and I gotta ask, have you noticed all the cameras in this place? Why do they need to watch us so closely? We're making gains, for crying out loud. Not weapons or something. What's your take on all this? Tweak your communicator a bit. You can now take a peek around the building and use the security system cameras. Ooh! How? You've piqued my interest. But let's also... Sure, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, that's what happened. Ooh, conference room. Damn, level 3 access. I do see one of these things over here. I'm not going to worry about even looking at those till we have them all. 2 more computers. No hacking going on over here. Boop. 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 There we go. What do we got?
Okay, this is on. I don't think I've ever used this phone more than a few times to record anything. Hey, Dad. So, we're all here in New York at the motel. It's, Queens, actually, in Astoria, near the NQ. Rebecca's off getting batteries for something. Sean's in his room doing whatever Sean does. And, you're out getting some food. Me? Well, I'm supposed to be getting ready to break into some offices in the financial district. Feels just like prepping for one of your old training drills, actually. 10 years go by, and then you show up, and it's like I was never gone, and we're right back to the ball busting and the conspiracies and the paranoia. Only this time, I believe you. I believe every word. You know, I don't even think you know the half of it. I don't think you know how much I've seen. How much I've learned in just a few weeks. Everything, really. I feel like I've lived 1,000 years, or 10,000 maybe. It's impossible to explain. But when you see that much of the world through the eyes of so many, you can't help but be sad. And to see all these incredible, intelligent people fight the same battles, make the same mistakes over and over again. Because culture and knowledge and history, these things, they aren't passed on through our genes. Every kid on Earth needs to relearn the basics. How to live, how to survive, how to stand up for what's right. So much is lost in the transfer. So much is added every generation. It's a shame. I mean, over and over, everything must be learned again. Subject 16. My predecessor. And he showed me things. He passed them to me. Just before he died. Or got deleted or whatever. Everything he'd learned, everything he'd seen. God, how do I talk about this? So, guess you trained him. Huh? After I left, he really looked up to you, and now that I've seen through his eyes, I think I understand why. I'm glad you had him around, even if I wasn't there. The things he showed me. Unbelievable things. And I never... Shit. Alright, I'll back in a second.
Alright. Honestly, you'd think that something like that... Wait, so how is Sean and Rebecca working for Abstergo now with their name straight up being mentioned in these recordings? Like, did they not scrub through? Or do they... Aliases? No, they actually call each other Rebecca and Sean in their niche last names too. Back. What? Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Got the next one. Yeah, I was going to fill that one regardless, because there's no way there's going to let me go back. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. What do we got? Oh, is this, Yeah, they straight up have pictures of Sean on file. There's Desmond. There's a bar and grill where they found him. They picture back. How do they... Abstergo is retarded. And his dad. Group photo. A kitten biting a finger. But seriously, they straight up have the pictures. How? Oh. It also begs the question, how haven't the assassins totally wiped them out? How stupid they are. So I can use the cameras. If I go...
What is it with all these emails we're getting about heightened security restrictions? Did something happen?
Nah, no one's hacking. Stay calm. I'm not returning to the Animus yet. We got at least one more office to poke through. Okay, two more. I didn't know this was back here. What do we got here? Another one of these. We got to 7. Target number is 126. That's too high. Let's turn that down. That down. That goes down to 100. Okay. Let's try 3, 7. There we go. System camera control. Testing microphone. System live feed. I mean... Guess what I'm Melanie when she's not talking. What's this good for? Huh. We'll check the cubicles after we're done. See if there's any open ones. Guess we could probably just bring up this to find out. This, nope. I'm checking the corners for one of these. But yeah, I do believe that is Aveline from the pictures I've seen. What are these things? Back at square one. Oh, they're teleporters. I like. All right, now what do we get? We're breached. One of history's most overlooked leaders, Madeline de Liesel, freed hundreds of slaves and brought them to sanctuary in a tropical haven, whose construction she oversaw personally, brutally cut down at the peak of her career by Aveline de Grandpré, the orphan she rescued from a broken home. Madeline served as Master Templar in the southern colonies in 1764 to save. That was probably in the DLCs, because you play as Aveline in the DLC for this one and a DLC for 3. I'm going to go around this way. Should be one. There's one right there. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, there's 2 in here. What do we got? I'm hoping this will be the last full video of this. There we go. Well, like last full video for now. Phase 1 report. The surveillance video possibly captured by Unite or another group is labeled New York, USA. The company chat transcripts was labeled kidnapped. Data transcript level 3. Can someone ask Chase to make sure his men use more professional language going forward? Outgoing transmission. Caller D. Private interface. Yes, sir. Pause. We have him. Replied scrambled. Yes. Shoving him in the van as we speak, sir. Target will be delivered on schedule. Transition ends. Van. Oh, it's covered by trees. Labeled Brooklyn. The poster claimed Abstergo agents have captured unknown Caucasian male. Victim is in his mid-20s, approximately 6 tall, 190 pounds, station unknown. This one labeled Ciampino, Italy. The poster identified this only as unmarked hangar, but then went on to say Abstergo agents arriving at destination, company-owned jet, brought to a hangar after landing. Victim identified as Desmond Miles. I don't think this has spread too far yet. Location has already been scrubbed. So I think we can dismiss this as the ravings of a fanatic. A leaked medical file. We're looking into it. No menstruational disorders for subject 17, though. That must have been relieved for the public to read. Patient has no active complaints, no acute distress, no prior cardiac history, blood pressure normal, 112/78. Primary blood analysis. No significant traces of chemicals that would lead to neurological disorder. No indication that patient would be prone to neurosis. Unlike previous subjects, patient is physically stable. You are clear to proceed. Signed, Damien Sarvekis. Medical report. I'm not going to try reading that because I have trouble reading that. Further search agent distributed these all over New York. Have you seen this man? Desmond Miles. Okay. So at least his friends were looking for him. Everything that I understood, like they just like were like screw him and just forgot about him. Was it this one that we already went in? Yes. Oh God, there's another two. Up, over. There we go. What do we got? This information.
Our researchers looked into the life of Altair Ibn Lahad, hoping to find a biography that might
Altair
serve
Ibn
as a
Lahad.
positive role model for Abstergo's global outreach programs. Unfortunately, this renegade assassin proved to be no such thing. In much of his footage, we see a man gleefully flouting some of his culture's most entrenched taboos with an arrogance that borders on messianic.
Yes and no.
Many of our researchers felt that the arguments articulated by Altair's rival, a man known as Abbas, were clearer and more cogent than any we heard from Altair. I recently put in a request that more effort be dedicated to locating one of Abbas's descendants, if any exist.
He was
It's
crazy.
clear to us that Altair's transgressions were the primary motivation behind the ultimate dissolution of his despicable order by the middle of the 13th century. We therefore strongly recommend a pass on this property, in favor of a more agreeable and inspiring figure from this era.
Oh. Alright. One more, then we should be good on these. Though I'm tempted to look for another one, because I don't like the number 13. If I go this way instead, actually. There we go. Let's see what we got here. How many interests do you have? How many of their secrets are locked away in your genes? And how many of their stories are you willing to share with the rest of us? Welcome to the fascinating world of genetic... Oh, this is, we have sort of entertainment now poised at the precipice of the exciting new frontier. Technology and science that will change the way we view the past and the future. In the coming year, we'll be opening studios all across the world dedicated to a single purpose, collecting and archiving the stories locked away in human DNA. Yes, this is like concept art for the commercial for the Everybody's Home Animus, basically. Need your help. We're looking for courageous men and women to donate their genetic materials to our historical research teams and help us make rehistory. Donate today, so join us for Abstergo Entertainment, so where the past is our playground. That looks like the cube that they put the blood sample in. That does look like everything in this room. So now, to find my way out. There it is. We'll check the everybody else's animuses to see if any of them are open. One is. We may have enough time. There we go. What do we got? Okay, here's the initial presentation I received. It's a little light on facts, but these guys know what they're doing. We'll know more when they arrive on Monday. Let me know if you feel like attending, John. Ooh, yep. This is actually a thing I was looking for. But anyways, I'll be in this here, and we'll complete this on the next one. Look for any more, see if there's any more, and if there's not, we'll hit back in the Animus. So thank y'all for watching, and see you in the next one.